Hi, welcome to this case. It's one of the most notable cases and yet one of the strangest unsolved cases. I'm not sure if it's worldwide, but I do know a great many foreign countries now use the system of what we now know as an Amber Alert. I know there are others like Silver Alerts too, but this case, in my opinion, should have been solved already based on what I could find. Let me share the information that I found, and at the end of this story, I certainly welcome your input. Join me for a ride through strange and mysterious here at Odd Mysteries Stories. This is the story behind a life-saving system called the Amber Alert, and possibly why the murder case behind it still hasn't been solved. The young lady's full name is Amber Hagerman. She was a young girl from Arlington, Texas, who was kidnapped and brutally murdered in 1996. The spine-chilling case shook the city of Arlington, Texas to its core. Unfortunately, despite the Arlington Police Department's thorough investigation and numerous leads, the case to date remains unsolved, and the murderer has yet to be apprehended. Let me share some background information about Amber. Born on November 25th, 1986, Amber was the 9-year-old daughter of Richard Hagerman and Donna Whitson, now known as Donna Norris. She had a younger brother called Ricky. Amber lived with her parents and brother in Arlington, Texas. This young lady had such a bright future ahead of her, but she and her loved ones' lives were turned upside down on January 13th, 1996, when she was abducted from the parking lot of an abandoned Winn-Dixie grocery store by a still unknown man. There was a witness to her kidnapping, a man named Jimmy Kevill. What he reported was that he saw the kidnapper getting Amber off her bicycle and putting her inside his black pickup truck. He heard Amber cry for help as the man drove off. Mr. Kevill was 78 years old at the time and was also a former sheriff's deputy. He called in the incident immediately after it happened. Sergeant Ben Lopez of the Arlington Police Department was on duty that day and rushed to the spot along with other police officers right after Kevill informed authorities about the kidnapping. The police immediately began a search for Amber, however, it was to no avail. 4 days later, the little girl's remains were found in a creek not too far from her house. The details are too monstrous for my channel and will not at all change the focus of this story. The entire Arlington community was in absolute shock. To catch the ruthless culprit, the Arlington Police Department formed an exclusive task force to investigate the 1996 case. As the little girl's family mourned her death, Diane Simone, a Texas mother, came up with an incredible idea. She went on to call a local radio station and explain her idea of developing a national alert system for missing children, and with that, the idea for the Amber Alert system was first born and further developed. Amber Hagerman's poignant and sad demise inspired the creation of the Amber Alert system, which stands for America's Missing Broadcast Emergency Response Alert. We've all heard the all too familiar alert signal. Decades later, this sad case remains unsolved. This little girl's tragedy is now a commonly recognizable system for pretty much anyone that has a cell phone these days. What started out as a documentary about a family living on welfare turned into a story about a search for a killer. In the description below, I'll place a link to the documentary being filmed just days before her disappearance if you're interested in watching that video. Now, here is where my research uncovered a strange glitch. In every source of information, I was able to find it indicated that the killer's DNA evidence was gathered, and the authorities have this DNA evidence. Using this evidence, many unsolved, sometimes decades-old cases like the Golden State Killer, which this channel covered in an older video. Decades-old crimes where killers have been found, arrested, and prosecuted. So why hasn't this technology been used in solving this high-profile case? This is an interesting question, right? Well, here is where I need viewers like you to speculate along with me. There is a company based in Reston, Virginia called Parabon Nano Labs that has helped numerous law enforcement agencies solve sometimes decades-old crimes of unsolved cases through the use of DNA evidence. One person I was able to learn a little about is named C.C. Moore, who is an American genetic genealogist who has been described as the country's foremost such entrepreneur in this field. In May 2020, she began appearing in a primetime major television network series called The Genetic Detective, in which each episode recounts a cold case she helped solve. So, why hasn't she been contacted and asked to help with this case? Honestly, I don't know that she hasn't been engaged in helping solve this case. But here is some additional information I found that may explain why this isn't one of the cases she has already solved. Number one, in May 2019, a DNA database company that used mostly to solve these cases changed its privacy rules, making it much more difficult to solve cold cases like this one. Number two is that Cece Moore herself acknowledged in September 2018 interview that even with advanced technology in DNA science as evidence to solve cases, she has been successful in only about half the cases on which she has worked. We can only hope that since that time, she and the people working hard in this science have dramatically improved the solved rate of cases. It's my belief that in some part, either one or even both of these reasons is why this science hasn't been used to solve the Amber case. What are your thoughts about using this science to solve this long outstanding case? As the anniversary of this sad case approaches, I truly hope that in some way this case makes significant advances and someday soon finds the true identity of the person that committed this terrible crime, thus giving this family the closure they so deserve. What are your thoughts on this case and the information presented in this video? Did you know that the alert system we have all come to know and now understand is a long-standing unsolved case? Share your thoughts with me in the comments below. I hope you enjoyed this story and my video. My name is Vince with Odd Mystery Stories, and I hope you found this story interesting, thought-provoking, and entertaining. I invite you to like, comment, and of course, subscribe to my channel. I plan to release new videos each Monday and Friday, and if you click on the bell, you'll receive notifications when new videos post. In the meantime, I invite you to watch one of my other videos you see on the screen. Thank you.